I swear, man, ever since AEW was made, they have been shoehorning a lot of new phrases now, a lot of new narratives, including this year. Apparently, the word sports entertainment is toxic now. But the phrase professional wrestling is so great. That's what it's all about. The phrase professional wrestling. And sports entertainment is toxic. That's the new narrative now. The first narrative was AEW is winning in the key demos. Even though during the Monday Night Wars, nobody gave a flying fuck about key demos. Only thing that mattered was how many more viewers does WCW have? How many more viewers does Raw is War have? But one thing that's pissed me off is trying to demean the word sports entertainment as a toxic phrase. How is it a toxic phrase? What the fuck have you been watching for the past 25 years? Last time I checked, AEW was not around for the past 25 years, so what the fuck have you been watching? How can you call yourself a wrestling fan if you hate the phrase sports entertainment? What was you watching all these years then? What, you was watching Ring of Honor more than the WWF? Like, bruh, TNA was sports entertainment. The only wrestling promotion that defines, I guess, quote unquote, pro wrestling was Ring of Honor in fucking New Japan. That's it. Are they close to where WWE is? How come Ring of Honor ain't where AEW is at? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. They have a title called the Pure Wrestling title, which is basically the amateur wrestling title. It's like, what is this cracking down on the word sports entertainment? How is that a bad word? What the fuck were you watching in the fucking 90s then? Like this stupid ass narrative that this one dumbass podcaster said. This dude said that NXT is officially dead. It's officially no longer about professional wrestling. And how's it a bad thing, bitch? So NXT is no longer about professional wrestling. Who gives a fuck? Why do you care? That's not what it should be about. I'm so happy that NXT is back to the old VW days where it wasn't about the 5-star matches. It was about character progression, not how good you are in a fucking ring. That's not what it is about. If that's the case, Vince McMahon would have called up Johnny Gargano a long time ago and kept him up there. And kept him up there. I'm hearing these idiots saying, well, how about you just go watch your sports entertainment? Yeah, I will gladly do that. I will gladly watch Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Kane, Stone Cold, The Rock, Triple H, the New Age Outlaws, Val Venus, Brock Lesnar. Yeah, I will forever watch my sports entertainment. Lex Luger, Hogan, Goldberg, Brian Pillman, Loose Cannon. Yeah, I will forever watch my sports entertainment. Because that's what I was watching the past fucking 20-something years. How is it a toxic word now that sports entertainment is bad? It's a bad thing that you like sports entertainment. How? What were you watching in the 90s that was better than the WWE? Huh? What were you watching that was better than WCW? ECW was fucking sports entertainment. What were you watching then? Ring of Honor was professional wrestling. Fucking Bryan Danielson versus fucking Joe. Samoa Joe. There are still marks that are still going back and rewatching their match for ROH. How big a geek and dork can you possibly be? In 2021, you are reviewing Samoa Joe versus Daniel Bryan in Ring of Honor because a fan told you to. A fucking geek version Mark fan told you to. Like, huh? Who cares about that match in 2021? I don't care about that. I don't go back and rewatch professional wrestling matches, nigga. I don't go back and watch that shit. I go back and I watch Stone Cold versus Kane. The Rock versus fucking Booker T. That's what I go back and watch. I go back and watch Jericho versus Stone Cold, The Rock in a fucking triple threat match. That's what I go back and watch. I go back and watch Chris Benoit versus Kurt Angle. Cage match on Raw. That's what I go back and watch. I go back and watch Bam Bam Bigelow versus fucking Razor Ramon. Diesel versus Shawn Michaels. Like, what would I rather go back and watch? A old ass Ring of Honor match between Samoa Joe and Bryan Danielson, or Ted DiBiase versus Virgil. I'm going back and I'm watching Ted DiBiase and fucking Virgil. Why? They had a story. I knew why they were fighting. That match had long-term storytelling. I knew why they were fighting. That was compelling television. I gotta know why these guys are fighting. I don't give a flying fuck if they are going to put on a 5-star match. I need to know why these guys are fighting. You idiots just watch a good match. That's all you care about in fucking AEW. That's all you care about. All you care about is the fucking matches. All you care about is the fucking matches with no story. I swear, man, the only guy who gets it in AEW is MJF. He's the only guy who actually gets it. He is a sports entertainer. He's not a pro wrestler to me. He's a sports entertainer. Nobody goes back and watch MJF matches now, do they? They go back and watch his promos, his storylines. That's entertainment. And only he gets it in that company. How is sports entertainment a bad word now in 2021? If that's what you was watching during the 90s, which made Vince McMahon billions of dollars. Could you have imagined if Vince would have booked the WWF as Ring of Honor? Could you have imagined that? If he had no storytelling, no storylines, everything was just built on the matches only. Guess what? The WWF wouldn't be around today. It would have gone out of business. Because that don't draw. Val Venis getting his dick chopped off, that draws. Mark Henry marrying Mae Young, that draws. I'm sorry, that draws. So, if sports entertainment is bad, then that means you're basically saying The Rock was garbage, John Cena was garbage. That means Steve Austin was garbage. That means The Undertaker was garbage. That means Kane was garbage. That means Goldust was trash, right? I guess the fucking Brood was trash, right? If sports entertainment is so bad, People act like the WWE have been sports entertainment for the past 3 years. They've been sports entertainment for the past 30-something years, since the 80s. So why is it bad today to want to watch sports entertainment and to be a fan of sports entertainment? How is it a bad thing? Sports entertainment made you a fan of professional wrestling, and now all of a sudden you're following this narrative that it's all about the pro wrestling. How? Your notion that AEW is going back to professional wrestling, okay, it never left. If you want to watch pro wrestling, watch Ring of Honor. How is AEW going back to professional wrestling? You didn't watch Ring of Honor. That was professional wrestling. How are you going back to what professional wrestling is? I need answers to that, because Vince McMahon never said that WWF is professional wrestling. He always said sports entertainment. So where are you getting this from? What is your definition? What was your definition on professional wrestling before AEW even fucking existed? If they're going back to professional wrestling, because fucking Ring of Honor was fucking still around. New fucking Japan was still around. What is your definition of it then? It's just a cheap shot at the WWE at this point. It's just a fucking cheap shot. It's like you don't know what professional wrestling even means. You're just saying it. And to say that NXT is dead and it's no longer about professional wrestling, what the fuck does that even mean, man? What does that mean? They are wrestling inside a professional wrestling ring. They are doing moves. They are doing holds. They are doing suplexes. They are wrestling inside a professional wrestling ring. So what is your point? I'm saying, what is your point? That makes zero sense. I'm like, my fucking God. Did you know that NXT was basically Ring of Honor on a bigger budget? Then go and watch Ring of Honor. Because the majority of that NXT roster under Triple H, they had nothing but ROH guys and PWG guys. So just go back and watch ROH then. If you ain't happy. It's like so many idiots, so many dumbass wrestling fans. And fucking, by the way, I ain't no anti-smart. I'm not a smart. I don't really do that crap. I just give my opinions on professional wrestling. That's it. I ain't no smart. I ain't no smart Mark or Mark or smart or that bullshit. I'm not in that crowd. I talk about pro wrestling from my perspective. That's it. I tell it like it is from my perspective. This is my opinion. I'm not trying to prove that I'm trying to talk down to Marks and Smarks and all that bullshit. I don't care about that. I just want to get my point across. That's it. I'm not on nobody's side. I'm just focusing on myself and what I think about pro wrestling. That's it. But at the end of the fucking day, AEW is sports entertainment, man. You're not professional wrestling. It's like, who would you want to have on your roster, right? If you're solely about professional wrestling, who would you rather want on your roster? Kenny Omega or a prime 1998 Stone Cold Steve Austin, who was a sports entertainer more than a professional wrestler in that ring? Who would you want? Who the fuck would you want? Because Kenny Omega calls himself the best bout machine. That's so cringe. He calls himself the best pro wrestler of the last 10 years, right? It's like, who would you want? Who would you want? Would you want a prime The Rock or fucking Jon Moxley on your roster? Or fucking Daniel Bryan on your roster? Who would you want? Like, seriously. By saying that the other company is about sports entertainment, you are basically disrespecting all the great legends. You are disrespecting Shawn Michaels. You are disrespecting The Rock, Stone Cold, Kane. You are disrespecting those guys, man. Fucking Booker T. You are disrespecting those guys. They were in the sports entertainment business, which was the WWE, which made them millions of dollars, which made them draw tons of money, which made them draw tons of viewers every week. What's the problem? Learn what sports entertainment is. Learn what quote unquote pro wrestling is. Just fucking learn about it, man. You don't know what it means. ECW was not professional wrestling. Paul Heyman will be the first to fucking tell you that. And y'all love that, right? See, y'all just want to be trendy. Because it's cool to shit on Vince McMahon. It's cool to shit on the WWE because they are the best game in town when it comes to their fucking viewership. When it comes to their big name, it comes to them being mainstream. They are perceived evil, the evil empire. And fucking AW is the fucking faces, right? You guys are fucking pathetic. Now, sports entertainment is a bad word now. It's a bad word. Even though sports entertainment made us wrestling fans in the first place. The fucking early 90s? You think that was professional wrestling? You think Papa Shango versus the fucking Ultimate Warrior was professional wrestling? That was sports entertainment. He was a fucking voodoo priest. He was a voodoo priest. Fucking the Big Boss Man was a fucking cop. We all grew up on that. Like, how is that bad? If you say sports entertainment is bad, I mean you are shitting on all the legends from the past. Eddie Guerrero was a sports entertainer. Latino Heat, he was all about sports entertainment, not professional wrestling. It's like, there's so much shit, man. There's so much shit that's going on where it's like, it's bad for wrestling. It's just bad. Now we are shitting on the word sports entertainment now, even though that phrase made us wrestling fans. If it wasn't for sports entertainment, there would be no WWF No Mercy from N64. Sports entertainment was our childhood. There would be no wrestling business without the sports entertainment side of it. Wrestling 5-star matches don't draw dimes. Compelling storylines, over-the-top characters, that's what draws money. Not Dean Malenko, not Jerry Lynn. That's all. I'm done. I'm just done, man.